Hello and welcome to Hair Candy by Alabaster Jar. My name is Nicole Perrine and I'm so excited you're joining me here today. If you want to know my website, it is www.lillarose.biz/alabaster jar. You'll see that here in the bottom of the screen. And I'm excited to talk about hair sticks today. Hair sticks have been around since Greek and Roman times. The Egyptians wore them. It seems that it spanned across all different types of social stratospheres. So even from the lowliest peasant housewife all the way up to the great lords and ladies, they wore hair sticks. It's one of the oldest hair accessories known to man. And so I'm excited to show you guys how to use these today. The company I work for, Lilla Rose, sells these amazing hair sticks. It was actually the first thing that they came out with was hair sticks that didn't break the bank, because not everybody here would like to spend money on a gold hair stick, or maybe doesn't have the means for a gold hair stick like the Egyptians used to wear. And so what I'm going to show you today is how to use a hair stick in a couple different fashions and forms. I'm going to show you some of the hair sticks that Lilla Rose has to offer. So I just happen to have a huge variety of hair sticks in my collection here today. And they're all fun. They're all made by Lilla Rose. And for those of you who have shopped with Lilla Rose before, I want to show you the differences between the long hair stick, the medium hair stick, and the short hair stick. So they do come in 3 different sizes, and the measurements on the hair stick don't actually include the decorative pieces. So you'll see some of the decorations are actually quite a bit shorter than the others. So that is what those hair sticks look like, and I'm excited to show you some cool things today. So the very first thing I want to show you is a very basic bun with a hair stick. So what you're going to do is you're going to pay really close attention to how your hair is twisted, because when you go to catch your hair into that bun shape, you want to make sure you're not untwisting your work. Okay, you're basically using these hair sticks as a very gentle way to hold your hair in place and not to tear your hair out like with traditional claws or combs. And it looks really cute. You can actually do this with chopsticks. I've heard of people using crochet hooks. There's all sorts of ways. I don't know how many of you in high school used to take your hair and throw it up in a pencil, but I was one of those people. Great thing about a hair stick is these are very reasonably priced. Everything has that 1-year warranty, and they're just a soft wood. I find that these are really well made, and I love that they only cost between $6 and $8, which is fantastic. I can't think of anybody who would go to like Sally's Beauty Supply or Walmart and get something comparable and then have that 1-year warranty. One thing to remember is that hair sticks, because these are made of wood, if you go and you use them in a lot of wet hair, they will actually start to soften and crack like wood does when it gets wet. And the other thing that I would like you to know about these is that if you force these and you go too tight with them, they will snap because they are made of wood. And if you apply enough pressure, they actually will snap in half. So just 2 warnings there. If you have very slick, slippery hair, another thing I'm going to suggest to you is to make sure that you have a teensy tiny little bit of product in your hair, or maybe even have your hair slightly damp when you go to practice with these, just so your hair has a little bit of grip. Those of you that have slippery soft hair, now I'm able to get these hair sticks into my baby's hair when she's 2. She's got, I don't know, about 2 inches worth of hair, and I can get the little tiny ones in her hair. So I know it's doable with the really slippery soft hair, but it might take just a little bit of practice, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started right now. So I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to start with the basic one. I have my hair sort of combed out today, and I'm just going to gather it into that low bun. And then I'm going to just twist it like you would normally, just making a very basic twist all the way around and tucking those ends in, okay? So I've gone all the way around this way. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to catch my hair, just a teeny tiny little piece, not a whole lot, see? And this is going to vary. You may need more or less depending on how much hair you have and what your tension preference is. So I've caught just a little bit of this with the tip of my hair stick, and I'm coming up and over and through. And that's going to hold my hair all day long. I actually have a customer who uses these with her Insanity workouts, and this will stay all day long. And it's going to bring some interest to your hair. It's going to look really pretty, and it's a very delicate way of holding your hair in place. If you wanted to, you could put a matching or mismatching piece and have them going opposite directions, like so. But you can see that one stick is going to do all the work. You can also go the same direction and have a piece going like this. So there's all sorts of variations. You could probably put 5 in there at some point if you really truly wanted to. And so that is just a very basic bun with a hair stick. So I'm going to show you another style that I really love. It's called a reverse French twist. And so instead of going from the bottom to the top like I normally would, I'm going to show you what it looks like to go from the top to the bottom. And I did this style a lot when my hair was shorter, when it was right about shoulder length, because I like the French twist. I feel like it's a very classic style. But something that I found was because my hair was so short that I wasn't able to get that really elegant look. So instead, I decided to go from the top to the bottom, and I'm going to use that with these hair sticks today. I'm going to go ahead and use this one here. She's called Tegan, and she's got this really pretty pink bead on top here with the dark espresso stick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather my hair at the very top like a high ponytail. Okay, just like a high ponytail, nothing super fancy. And then what I'm going to do, I may brush the sides or not, is I'm just going to twist and I'm just going to pull that down, and I'm going to kind of grab this piece here and kind of tuck my hair into that. I'm going to keep on twisting, and then I'm going to flip this under that roll. Now all of my hair is going this direction with this roll, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the hair stick. I'm going to start going this direction from the opposite of where I want to end up. I'm going to come around, fold it over, and push that on through. Okay, that bottom piece is going to stick out, I guess. So there it is. It's a reverse French twist. Because that bottom piece is sticking out, I'm going to go ahead and use a second stick just to put it into place. I'm going to use the medium stick here, and I'm going to catch it, come through, and around for a really elegant, fun, playful variation on a French twist. And what I like about the reverse French twist is it gives you a little bit more volume up here. And so if you like to have that little bump, you can get that with that. Okay, take it out. I'm just going to pull. And you'll notice right away that my hair is not coming out with my hair sticks, which is fantastic. It means that my hair is healthier when it's being worn in these styles. Let me show you another great style. And that is the 40-second French twist. This is a classic Lilla Rose style. It's very simple. You look like you spent hours on your hair. So you're going to gather this all down here at the bottom. You're going to do that same L shape that we talked about with the previous videos. Come up, go around the finger. We're going to snag that and twist and twist. And if you have longer hair, you may have to twist it and then fold it down. And then I'm going to pull this up over the top. Then I'm going to take that same hair stick, we'll do this one here with the blue bead and the cream, and I'm just going to snag this right like so, going up, just a tiny piece of hair now. I'm going to fold this over and push that on through for a very elegant French twist. Got a little bump here that's not tucked in all the way, and just tuck that in. And if you find that this is too tight, what you can do is you can kind of hold it in place and just catch a little bit less hair. Okay, and there it goes. And again, that's not going to go anywhere. It's going to stay in place. It's going to look fantastic. So there we go. Totally going to work and really good to go. So now for another variation, I want to use these shorter sticks to show you some ideas that you might like for your hair, and that is a basic half up. So for this, actually, I'm going to do a variation of a half up. Take a little portion of your hair up here. You don't need very much hair for this style. You really don't. I've just got a tiny amount. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist that amount and make a little bun right up here. Okay, just going to make a little bun just so I have something of structure to put that hair accessory into. And then I'm going to catch the outside edge of that little tiny bun, just like that. I'm going to push over and through. And then there it is, and that's going to stay all day. It's just a tiny hint of color. And I love hair sticks because you don't have to size them. They work for nearly every hair length, style, cut, and texture. And they don't put a ton of pressure on your hair. And they're not heavy. These are so lightweight. You could put this in your wallet, at the bottom of your purse. These are going to stay great. If you have a pencil box, these are great there. I'm using a dessert cup to hold mine. I just find these are like a universal thing to have. I'm not putting those bands on my wrists this way. I find that I don't like the marks it leaves on my wrist, and I was reading about how you can get scratches from having those elastics on your wrist when they have the metal fastener, and that can cause some problems. So I really like having an option that's not being worn on my wrist. I can just throw it in my purse. This will actually fit inside my little wallet if I just wanted to carry something small. So I really, really love these. Now you might ask yourself, what about the metal sticks? These are a rather new creation from Lilla Rose. You'll notice right away this one has a little hole in the end, and I have my guesses. I think it looks like a giant needle. This is actually quite weighted. And then they have some with little bobbles and things. And so these work just as well as the wood. So it totally depends on what the tactile feel that you like is. And so something that I like though is that I can wear this nickel plated one and it would not actually be a problem if my hair was soaking wet. And so with hair like mine, it takes hours and hours and hours to dry, whether it's a wash day or not, even just getting it damp or being out in the rain, it takes a long time to dry, and that can get frustrating when I want to get on with my day, and I don't generally like to use heat in my hair. So having a metal hair stick with the nickel finish is especially nice because I can just throw it up and go. So let me show you what these look like comparatively, because they are such new products, and I think having a metal hair stick is kind of a nice touch, even if they're not gold, but they are rather nice. So for this style, I'm just going to do that basic bun one more time, just like so. Very nice. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go up with it, okay? So I've just kind of twisted that bun shape up. I'm going to just go straight from the bottom, catch some of this, and come up over the top. And there you go. It's a nice look. It's going to stay in place. It's not going to go anywhere. You can take this on the plane. There's no issues with that. And it might come in handy for other things if you needed to lace something. It's a nice little tool. So take it out. I go like this, and it's going to stay in place. Now you'll notice this one is the medium length, and so you could do one of those. Another thing I like is sometimes I just don't want it sticking outside the edge. And so what I'll do differently is maybe I will do something with a braid just to give it, again, a different look. I really like having variety in my hairstyles. Something I was researching was back in the 40s during World War II, women were so put upon. They had to have rations for almost everything. They had to have rations for their nylons. They had to have rations for almost everything pretty and feminine. And so one of the things that they couldn't ration was human hair. And so that's when we got a lot of those really great styles of the 40s and the late 30s, was when women's hair couldn't be rationed. And so they would come up with all of these fantastic styles. So I've taken that basic braid, I flipped it up and tucked it under. And so one of the things you can do is, instead of doing the flip version, you can just go over the edge, flip that on through, and then lace this back through the edge of that braid. And isn't that lovely? And it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to stay in place. And it's going to do exactly what it's meant to do. Thank you so much for your time and tuning in. Please make sure you check out our Instagram and our Twitter and Facebook. We always have giveaways going on our Facebook group. And I'm so excited you're here today. Remember, www.lillarose.biz/alabaster jar. I hope you found this sweet and helpful. Bye-bye.